My drug of choice is heroin. I've overdosed several times, and it's not how I started. I was 9 when I started smoking cigarettes. From there, it just kind of escalated, you know, un toquecito aquí, un sip de una beer. By the time I was 11, I was smoking crack cocaine. It has a lot to do with the environments that we're in, but like the judge said, you know, you have to try to stay away from those kind of things. I didn't know how to stay away from those things. I didn't know how to say no. I didn't know I had an option. I thought that was my only way of life, which was drugs. You know, I'm 32 years old today, and I have 5 kids. Unfortunately, because of my drug use, I committed crimes. Crimes that were theft, organized crime, engaging in criminal activity. I'm looking at a 10-year sentence, and it's hard because I can't have my kids with me right now. I don't have that privilege to parent my children that are, you know, the oldest is 14, the youngest is 10. And it's really hard not to be with my kids and watch them grow up the way you guys have your parents or your aunts and your uncles. You know, it took a big piece of my life. Drugs did that to me, and I allowed that. You know, the most important thing I guess I want to get across, you guys, is that we have the power to say no. We have friends, things, places, you know, occasions. They could trigger us to a certain stress, and somebody can say, nomás fúmate un toque, o échate una pastilla, you know, and you're like, no, because you've never done it, but everybody else around you is doing it, and you're like, no, pues ni modo, I'll just try it, see what it feels like. You know, recently I had a sobrino who's, I think he's in high school, LVJ, and you know, he's in the football team, excellent student, never had bad grades at all. Well, he decides to go skipping with his friends because he's stressed out. In his household, his dad walked out, my sister's the only one working, so he's the man of the house, and he has all this pressure, school, house, his girlfriend, emotions, football. And his friends tell him, just smoke a little, you relax. He says, no, calma la way. And at the end of the whole calma la way, he ended up smoking anyways. They catch him at a park, and he's being spoken to by a cop telling him, what are you doing here? You know, I know your parents. I know where you live, you know, you want me to go talk to your mom and take you right now? Do you know you can go to juvenile because you're skipping, you're not in school when you're supposed to be in school? So the whole situation just got out of hand for like this, in one instant, one decision. It just changed everything. Now he's not in football anymore. He's having to practice for basketball, but he can't be part of the basketball team. He can only stay and sit and watch because of what he did. Now, his consequences are going to STEP Academy and having 30 days of that, when all of that could have been, you know, avoided by just saying, Mami, ¿sabes qué? Ahí te guacho, I'm not gonna do this, or not today, maybe tomorrow, ahí te miro. You know, it's hard to say no, but if you find a way that works for you, eventually you'll save yourself from that one moment, that one instant can change your life. You know, a lot of people don't realize we make so many decisions throughout the day. Hundreds and hundreds of decisions that we make. It's good to realize what decisions that you're making, just because every decision that you do make, if it's a positive one, it leads to your success tomorrow. You know, how do you get ready for tomorrow? By being, you know, stable today, by being, you know, studying, practicing whatever it is that you're trying to do for tomorrow. Don't take your life como que, no me sabes que, ni modo, no lo voy a hacer. No. Life for you right now is just getting you ready for tomorrow as an adult. If y'all go into drugs, it's not gonna help you tomorrow. It's not gonna help you today, okay? I've overdosed more than 10 times, and I was really close to dying in several occasions. I was hooked to heroin for 3 years, but my gateway drug was marijuana. When I started taking pills, it was Xanax. I'd wake up with different things, different objects around me. Where did they come from? I don't know. Who did I rob from? I don't know. Peligrando que estuviera yo dentro de una casa y me mataran because they have a weapon and they're trying to defend themselves. I never took life seriously because I was on drugs. It didn't seem like that life was even for me. It seemed my whole teenage years that drugs were the things for me, because I was depressed, because I never had a stable home, because I was abused as a kid. And these things, a lot of people go through these things and they don't know what to do with it, so they turn to drugs. The biggest thing is abuse, stress, frustration, depression, sadness. Even when you're happy, you start drinking because it's somebody's birthday. Y nosotros, siendo mexicanos, every little birthday, even a 1-year-old's birthday, is gonna be beer. And es nuestra cultura que siempre haya cerveza. Cerveza is so accepted socially that nobody takes it serious. Sometimes it becomes a problem, and that leads to a pase here, a pase there. By the time you know it, te echaste una cerveza, te echaste un pase, ya estás bien bar, y otra vez estás fumando mota, and then you're out for the night. And that's how you start, little by little, socially. And que porque vas a vender, que porque no tienes dinero, and then that's your thing. Then you get caught, you go to jail. You come out, instead of coming out better, you come out worse because you start to rebel. You think that what you did before, you can do it better, and you won't get caught. And it's a vicious cycle. It's a domino effect that goes on, and there's no way to beat it but to not do it. I always hear that there's a war on drugs, not only here in Laredo because we're a border town, but everywhere else. There's a war on drugs. Yeah, there is a war on drugs, but the war is within the user. The war isn't within you guys that are sober. If you start to consume, then you start to become part of that battle. Because when you allow yourself to fall into any kind of addiction, there's no turning back. It's really hard to get out. Your brain function changes. Your body changes to something that you never, ever thought you'd become. I was 12 and I was smoking crack. I didn't know when I was 7 or 8 that I'd be a crackhead per se. Okay, I didn't know that at the age of 28 I was gonna be a tecata, a heroin addict. I have to hide my legs because right here I have what they call an abscess. When I was shooting up on my leg, I ended up having 2 abscesses on my leg, so I can't wear a skirt. I can't wear short shorts because I have those scars on my leg, and it's very embarrassing. If I look close enough on my arms, I have scars left from where I used to shoot up every single day. I would leave my children, and this is very hard for me to say, but I would leave my children without any food because I'd sell the food stamps. Regardless of what people think of, okay, she's a bad mom. I have to say it honestly, I'm a really good mom, but when I was in addiction, I became a neglective person towards my kids. Because all addicts, we're good people, but we made bad decisions. Everybody in this room, please don't use drugs. If you're confronted with somebody who tells you, let's do this, let's do that. Una cosa que siempre cargo conmigo, mi mamá siempre me dice, she always tells me, just go where you have to go and come back. If you do something that you're not supposed to do, there's a chance that something might happen, so don't do it. You guys come to school, study, do what you have to do. Listen to your parents. It's not that they don't want you to have fun. It's not that they don't care about you or your friends. No, it's because they know what's best for you. I'm a dropout. I never graduated. I got married when I was 15. Like I said, at the age of 12, I was already in drugs. So by the time I was 15, I lived by my own set of rules. I wanted to do my own thing. What helps me today stay sober and to stay on the right path is to follow a set of rules implemented by the drug program that I'm in. But why did it have to take so long for me to be able to realize that life can be better, that sobriety is better, that I do have the choice to live a good life, that the power is in my hands, that I was enslaved by an addiction, something that relaxed my body, that numbed my pain, that made me forget momentarily, mind you. There's not enough drugs in this world, there's not enough anxiety medications that a person can take to take any anxiety or stress or depression away. Because when the effect is gone, the problem is still there. We need to realize what the problem is, identify it, and try to find a solution to get rid of those emotions. Don't live life based on your emotions, guys, please, because those things would drive you crazy, okay? Try to live life by facts, by logic, because, que si te pones triste, si te enojas, I don't want to do anything, te pones en barrinches, o sea, no funciona la vida en emociones. You are not your thoughts, so don't feel like, oh, I'm ugly, I'm bad, I'm depressed, nobody loves me, or I can't do this right. No, snap out of it. Realize that you've gotten this far by studying and paying attention, listening to your parents, doing what your teachers ask. You can go further. You guys can. I know I believe in all of you. I appreciate everybody for listening to me. May God bless each and every one of you, and have a good day.